Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to cover a topic of annoyance. Annoyance is also in the category of anger. So it vibrates at about 150 on the map of consciousness, and it is in the negative range. So whenever you feel annoyance, today specifically, we're going to talk about annoyance that when you yourself are telling yourself you have to start a new habit. It takes 21 days to adopt a new habit so that it becomes something you're willing to do regularly, consistently, and just remember automatically to do it. And it does take some doing in the beginning because you have to overcome your own natural resistance. And part of that resistance is the annoyance. So, for example, when I was younger, it was normal for me to use makeup, but as I get older, I can't be bothered. I just can't be bothered. There's a routine of a cleanser followed by a serum for your crow's feet, and then the moisturizer, and it just adds another 5 minutes to your day, and it just seems so. I don't know. Anyway, it takes getting used to. So this is what I'm going to tap on. You can tap on whatever it is that you want yourself to change in your life, that you're getting annoyed with, or anybody else that you're getting annoyed with. The topic is annoyance. Pick your subject, okay? We're going to work on annoyance. In a book called Ajapji, which I like, in the beginning of the book, it says, it has a particular poem, and that poem says that Nirbhav Nirvair, that the soul does not have fear, the soul does not have anger. So when we feel annoyance, it's definitely not coming from our soul, it's coming from our mind. And the mind is full of illusions. It's totally full of illusions and perpetrations. So we want to clear it out. So whenever you're feeling annoyance, know that you're coming from the mind. The mind would always rather be right than be happy, whereas the soul would rather be happy than be right. So let's tap it out, okay? So working from where your neck meets your torso meets your head, right at the neck, go down 3 inches, 1, 2, 3, and then to the left 3, 1, 2, 3, and then find a spot in the area that feels sore. So I found my sore spot, and I'm rubbing my sore spot, and you can tap along with me, rub along with me. Even though I have this particular sequence that annoys the living daylights out of me, but I want to make the change. I want to make the change. But I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed at having to do it. I deeply and completely love and accept this part of myself that feels annoyed. So we're sending love to the part of you that feels annoyed. Even though there is this part of me that feels annoyed at having to inculcate this new habit, at having to do this new sequence, it takes an extra 5 minutes every day. And that's so annoying. I deeply and completely love and accept this part of myself that feels annoyed. Even though there is this part of myself that feels so annoyed at having to develop this new habit and spend 5 whole minutes a day doing this. I deeply and completely love and accept this part of myself that feels so annoyed. And now we're going to start the tapping. This is EFT on annoyance. Annoyance at having to develop a new habit. Annoyance at the nuisance value of developing a new habit. I'm so annoyed. For me, the annoyance is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's an 8 out of 10. So I'm really annoyed at having to do this, So just check in, close your eyes, check in with yourself and see how annoyed you are. And then let's tap on it. So out of 10, give it a rating, okay? Intensity, let's bring it down to a 0. So annoyed. So annoyed. So annoyed. So annoyed. Under the eye, so annoyed. Most of you already know the points and what they stand for, so I'm not going over them again. So annoyed. Under the nose. For those of you who are new to EFT, just go ahead and look up any EFT tutorial on YouTube and just get to know the points. Just get to know the points. So annoyed. Collarbone. So this is the two bumps. At the end of your collarbone, you go half an inch under. You're tapping with two fingers on one side and a thumb on the other side. You want to apply quite a lot of pressure. So annoyed. And then 3 inches under the armpit. So annoyed. Sorry, the thing is shaking. It's just that I have to hold it up at a higher level. The tripod is not that high, so just so annoyed. So annoyed. Tapping the top of the head, beginning of the eyebrow. So annoyed. This is the bladder meridian, side of the eye, gallbladder. So annoyed. So annoyed at having to start this new habit. So annoyed that I have to spend 5 extra minutes a day doing this. You can growl. Just let out the annoyance as you're tapping, you know, because it's gonna release it. So this is the time when you can say all the worst things that are coming to your mind, because you're clearing it. You're clearing it as you go along. It's not a good idea to vent on other people, but it's a good idea to do the venting when you're tapping, when you're doing EFT, because that helps you clear it out. Okay? But you can say the worst thing that comes to mind when you're tapping. In any case, it's just you listening, nobody else. So it's just for you to clear it out. It's really like you want to clear out the deepest negative thought, negative emotion in the process, okay? So 3 inches under the armpit. So annoyed. So let me see now if the annoyance has come down. So the annoyance is now 1 out of 3, 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10. See, I get it intuitively, and then when I muscle test, it's exactly the same. I almost don't need the muscle testing anymore, but somehow I want to teach at least 1 million people before I die how to do this, because it helps you transition between the skeptical part of you, the left brain, the logical side that doesn't understand about intuition, into the intuitive side. After a while, you don't even need the applied kinesiology anymore. But it's helpful because at least your clients begin to trust what you're doing. You already know you trust your intuition. But they don't know that. So for them, it's a confirmation, you know? So 3 out of 10, that's great. That was just a couple of rounds and we brought it down from 8 to 3. EFT is very fast sometimes. It's really good. I hope I can bring it down to a 0. Because I have so little patience with certain things in my life, just so little patience. So little patience. I just feel so impatient having to do this. So impatient. So impatient. So impatient. It's a grisly day today. Very grisly, very rainy. I guess that's why my mood is the same. Under the eye. So impatient. Under the nose. So impatient. Chin point. The chin point is not the chin, it's the cleft between the lips and the chin. So impatient. Collarbone. So impatient. Under the arm. So impatient. Okay. So impatient. So annoyed. So annoyed. I guess I'm not as annoyed anymore, just impatient. So it's kind of gone from annoyance to impatience. So impatient. Is it even worth it? Is it even worth it? That's what the logical mind wants to bring in. It's objection, it's resistance. It's not worth it. 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 I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. Most of the time I can't be bothered. I have to be very patient on a certain day in order for me to be willing to do it. I can't be bothered. 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 It doesn't matter which side you tap, left or right. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. Collarbone, I can't be bothered. Under the arm, I can't be bothered. Okay, let's test and see. The intensity of annoyance is 1 out of 10 now. It's 1, so it's just a little bit of tapping left, okay? I can't be bothered. It's not worth it. It takes up too much time. So annoying. I feel so impatient. Basically, you haven't allowed yourself to know the value of what it's doing for you. Until you value it, it's kind of like when you buy something, if it's very expensive, and you want to know that you value it, and then you're willing to spend that much money on it. So this is a precious commodity. Similarly, money is a precious commodity. So now time is a precious commodity, same principle. Are you willing to expend that amount of time on it? I'm not willing to spend that kind of time on it every day. I have better things to do. 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 Do-da, do-da. I have better things to do. Da-da-da-do-da day. I have better things to do. Do-da, do-da. I have better things to do. Da-da-da-do-da day. You notice that the mood is improving as you're tapping. So that's really a good sign. Even though you're still saying I have better things to do. But your mood has shifted. The vibration, the frequency has shifted. The fact that I can sing on a grisly day like this when I'm so annoyed about having to do a sequence I don't want to do is really a very good thing. It's showing the shift in vibration. It's very good. Excellent. Shows how EFT works so well. Under the arm, tapping under the arm. Okay, so the annoyance is 0. Why is it 0? Because I finally, some part of me connected with the value of what I'm doing. And as I see the value in what I'm doing, the 5 minutes or 4 minutes or whatever time that I need to spend in order to do it seems now worth it, as compared to earlier when it wasn't worth it. And so we're going to tap in the positive. It's so worth it. It's so worth it. It is worth it. I'm worth it. I'm worth the extra time. It's so worth it. I'm so worth it. It's so worth it. Now here you can bring in all the positives. So if I do let me think about it. Think of the positives for whatever habit you want to do. If I do my routine, I won't have crow's feet anymore. Yay! I won't have crow's feet anymore. Using the serum will help me. Using the Renew 28 will help me to clear away the lines in my face. You know, at heart, we just think we're the same age when we were teenagers or in our 20s. We forget we've actually aged physically. So you tend to kind of take the same liberties with your body that you did when you were younger. But you're not. You're physically at a different age. So you do need to take the time to take care of it. I'm willing to take care of my body. I'm willing to do what it takes. I'm willing to spend a little more time on my physical body. I'm willing to give up a little bit of time spent on my work, on my thinking, on my meditating, on my sitting in nature, on my walking. I'm willing to give up 5 minutes of my day for being willing to look good. I'm willing to put in this 5 minutes a day. It's so worth it. I'm so worth it. I am so worth it. It's so worth it. I'm so worth it. It's so worth it. I'm so worth it. It's so worth it. It really is worth it. It's so worth it. Okay, so now I have a smile on my face. The frown is gone, the annoyance is gone, the impatience is gone. And I've switched from negative to positive mode. So I would say this is a successful EFT session. If you have any more resistance, if you have any more annoyance, impatience, frustration, irritation, then please rewind the video, tap a few more times, and make sure you bring it down to 0. So for those of you who watch my videos, thank you very much for watching. Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year, and happy whatever you celebrate. And please, if this resonates with you, please do like, share, and subscribe. And I really want to thank all of you who watch my videos. All of you who read on Quora the things that I write, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and so on. And my friends who I send this to who are interested in what I'm doing. I just want to thank all of you for you have made 2018 a beautiful year for me. It's been the year that I finally took the plunge and went more public with this YouTube video blog. And I'm really happy, even though it's kind of like a silent communication and I don't really know everybody who's watching. I'm still very grateful to you all. You have so warmed my heart, and it feels good to communicate with you, to connect with you, to be able to share all these beautiful tools and techniques with you. And I wish you a super 2019, a great year ahead, and I wish all the very, very best for you. Infinite blessings and infinite love to everyone.